Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share with you an eyeshadow look using the new Unicorn Love eyeshadow palette. I picked mine up from tanbeauty.com. It was £7.99. Now I did a whole swatch video on this a couple of days ago, and I wanted to, well, I couldn't actually wait to use this for an eyeshadow look, and I've come up with one today. So I've already done one eye just to make it easier for me, not only to remember, but it's easier for me, especially with the liquid eyeliner. So yeah, I thought I'd share this with you today. There has been a lot of talk about this palette, and I was so excited when I ordered and received mine, and I just cannot wait to use it today. Now already after doing this eye, I know that one of these eyeshadows is extremely pigmented, and it is the shade Wings. Now the shade Wings is this one here. It is a caramel colour, and I used that as my base, so I'm just going to add that now with my eBay brush. Like I say in every tutorial when I use this, these are from eBay. You can purchase them very inexpensively, and you usually receive them in a pack. I got about 5 or 6 or 7 brushes in a pack. Very reasonably priced. I really like this because it is extremely fluffy and it works very well for me to blend out the base colour. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Wings now. Now when I added this on my other eye, I thought, oh my goodness, because I put it on the brush not knowing obviously what to expect, and it was extremely pigmented. I had to do a lot of blending. So I'm just going to carefully keep adding now until I'm happy with the amount of product. I just couldn't believe it, for it's one of the lighter shades in the palette and it is extremely pigmented. It works very well on the base as well, or as a base. So yeah, I think that's good. So that's now been added. Now the next colour I used, and when I did my swatch video, these two colours were stand out for me. So they were Fortune and Gallop, and when I swatched them, this is the shimmer shade, this is the matte shade, but they look, when swatched, the same colour, except obviously this one's matte and this one's shimmer. So I'm going to use Gallop, the matte shade in the crease, and I'm using the Primark brush from yes, not obviously from Primark, and this was either 99p or £1. I love it because it's got that tapered brush to it, and it works really well in the crease. So I'm just going to get some of Gallop on that, and this is a gorgeous, I've never seen a shade like this in an eyeshadow palette. It is extremely, it's so pretty because it's like a deep rose, so it's like a brown rosy colour, and it is gorgeous. Love it. So I'm just putting that in the crease and then blending that in. Now I'm going back to my fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend that out. Blend it all together so it works really well. Just going to add a little bit more of Gallop and put that in the crease. This is a stunning shade. I think if they came out with any singles, I would snap that up. So the brand obviously is I Heart Makeup, and they usually make the, they're renowned for the chocolate bar palettes, and this one is actually set out exactly like the chocolate bar palettes, but obviously it's a Unicorn Love palette. Love the shades. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is add the shimmer shade, and the shimmer shade that I'm going to use has to be Fortune, so that's the shade right next to it, exactly the same shade, but it's a shimmer. It's slightly lighter, I suppose. It's a gorgeous rose colour, gorgeous. So that's over the 2/3 of the eyelid. So I'm leaving the inner third shade free at the moment. I'm just going to add a little bit more of that. And then I'm adding a little bit of Gallop onto my Primark brush, going back to that deeper plum shade, or the matte shade I should say. And what I want to do is just add a little bit of that on the outer third, like that. I'm just going to blend that with my fluffy brush. Absolutely stunning. They blend really well, they're extremely pigmented, and the £7.99 that I paid, I would have at least expected to pay at least £19.99 for a palette with this, you know, good quality pigmentation. And the reason I'm saying that is that I purchased from, where did I purchase from? I mean, I've purchased from higher end brands. You know, Morphe I absolutely love. Their big pigmentation is very similar to this, very blendable. Obviously they're more expensive, but more in the middle range. And also, like, I've forgotten what the, oh, Violet Voss. I paid a lot of money for those palettes, but the pigmentation in these is the same. You know, the blendability is the same, but I paid a lot more for those palettes. So that's that done. And then what I'm going to do is add a lighter eyeshadow. So it's like a gradient effect across the lid, and I'm adding the shade Love. Now Love is, it looks like just any cream in the pan, but it's very different because it's not your ordinary champagne shade. It is like a peach shade. And let me just swatch it. I've actually swatched which one is it? Fortune as well, while I was doing my look. And it's a very, is it the one? Yeah. And it's very peachy, absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to put that on the inner third of the eye. So you've got that gradient look. So I'm just going to add a little bit more. Then I'm going to add a little bit more of Fortune. And then I'm just going to make sure I'm absolutely in love with this palette. As I said to you when I did my swatch video, I was in two minds as to whether to get this, because I'm not really attracted to, you know, the packaging. I prefer classic packaging, plain if you like, and this is a little bit fussy to what I'm used to. You've obviously got that fur coverage there, and you've got the big heart there. I usually think that with these palettes, more goes into how the palette looks than the eyeshadows inside, but not in this case. It is absolutely stunning, and I just love it. I think it's going to be one of my favourites, especially with those two shades, Fortune and Gallop. Now I've got to go underneath the eye. Now I'm going to use, which one did I use? I know it was Gallop. So it was the matte shade. I'm just using the Crown Oval Concealer brush again, just because it's flat, it goes nicely under the eye. So I'm just going to go under the eye with that shade, take it all across apart from the inner third. I'm going to keep that eyeshadow free for the moment. And then I'm just going to blend that in using this brush. So I'm just going to gently blend that. I don't want a harsh line under my eye. There we go. So that's that. And then what I want to do is use that Love shade again, and I'm just going to take that on the inner corner and then just round the inner corner so it meets up with the shade that is placed there. So it's gone all the way round. So that's the eyeshadow done. Absolutely stunning. I love it. I love the colours. I think it's amazing. And now I'm just going to add the felt tip liner. You can use any felt tip liner, anything at all. I'm just going to line that. And then I'm going to take my mascara, and that is the Primark PS False Lash Effect Mascara, £2.50 from Primark. So I'm just going to apply that to the top lash. And there you have it, the finished look. So I hope you can see that. I absolutely love it. I think it's going to be my new favourite combination of eyeshadows. I have liked a lot of eyeshadows this last month in March, but I think this one is my absolute favourite. I love, love, love that shade. Which one is it? Fortune. I think that's my favourite. Fortune, Gallop and Love. I think you can't get a better combination of eyeshadows at the moment. Loving it. So that is my eyeshadow look using the I Heart Makeup Unicorn Love palette. Like I say, it's £7.99 from Tam Beauty in the UK. You can also purchase it from ulta.com or makeuprevolutionusa.com. Got it right that time. So, and I think it's $15 in the US. So it is readily available at this time of this video being recorded, that it is available, but it has already actually been out of stock because it's so popular. The lipstick that I'm wearing today is the Makeup Revolution Retro Luxe Metallic Lip Kit in We Rule. I'm trying to wear this or these. I don't particularly like the darker shades, but this lighter shade is absolutely stunning. The only thing I don't like about these metallic lip kits is the lip pencil. It really does seem quite dry and it drags across the lips. So I haven't even used that, but I think for a spring look, this shade, so We Rule, is fantastic.